perfectly cooked, and I would have to say the marinade had to play a part there. Overall, I would rate this brisket, and I'm a hard critic, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're doing something I've never done before. I've smoked a lot of briskets, but I've never marinated one overnight. And I don't see a lot of people doing this. So I was curious, what kind of flavor can I pack in a brisket? And this could, this could be a terrible experiment. This could change backyard barbecue forever. We'll find out. But how this is gonna work is I got a prime grade brisket flat from Mr. Brisket. And I did a light trim on it yesterday. Just trimmed the fat cap to about 1/4 inch as best as I could. And then just shaped it up a little bit so it's a little bit more aerodynamic. And then I took this Caribbean jerk wing sauce that I've used before, and I just took 2 bottles of it and just dumped it on the brisket and just basically let it sit in there overnight. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unwrap it, and then I'm going to dry it off nice, make sure get all that Caribbean jerk sauce off of it. And then I'm going to season it up just like a normal brisket. So we're going to be putting a nice little layer, heavy pepper on there. Not too heavy, because I want to put a little bit layer of Meat Church's Blanco seasoning on there as well. So let's get this thing unwrapped, seasoned, and then we'll throw it on the smoker. Okay, so this thing's seasoned up. Let me go get my smoker fired up. Okay, so we got the brisket on. Whenever I'm doing briskets, I like to start nice and low, so 200 to 250 for the first several hours. I'm in Cleveland. It's winter time. I don't think we're gonna have a problem keeping the temps down today. But start your cook at a low temp. Second, I have this thing fat side up. So make sure you're cooking fat side up. You're going to build such a better bark. You can do that on a pellet smoker. It doesn't matter what type. If you're worried about it burning, just start it at 200 for the first several hours. I will be wrapping the brisket in butcher paper when the bark is set. Typically, from my experience with this smoker, it's around 7-8 hours. It might vary from smoker to smoker, so I will show you guys what the bark looks like when it is set. For now, let's let this smoke, and we'll see you in a bit. I wanted to take a second and thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing, liking, or leaving a comment. It really helps out the channel. It's been about 7.5 hours. I have not looked at this brisket, so let's take a look, see if the bark is set and ready to wrap. So what we're looking for with the bark is we want this to feel almost like a glue. And if you touch it, you shouldn't be able to scrape any of the rub off. That's how you know the bark is set. The bark is set here. Just for reference, we're in the upper 160s right now. So let me grab some butcher paper, get this thing wrapped and back in the smoker. Okay, so this brisket's done. It's probe and tender. Just for reference, the temperature is around 205 to 209. And just a little tip, if you're not sure if your brisket's done, you think it's done, it seems tender, just cook it a little bit longer. From my experience, it's better. Obviously, we're shooting for a perfect brisket here. But from my experiences, I'd rather have an overcooked brisket than an undercooked brisket. There's nothing worse than an undercooked brisket. So anyways, but now we need to rest this brisket. So I'm going to pull this thing off and I'm going to let it rest overnight, and then we'll cut into it tomorrow morning. Okay, first off, look at this thing, man. For a brisket flat, this thing is oozing with juice, man. Very excited to cut into this. But just to recap real quick what we did. So this is a 9-pound brisket flat, prime grade, that I got, and I marinated it overnight for 12 hours with the Caribbean jerk wing sauce. Then the next morning I took it out, tried it, seasoned it, smoked it. And then I let it rest for 14 hours overnight. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna make a few slices. I'm gonna have a taste test. I'm gonna give you guys my honest feedback to see if it's something worth trying. I'm looking for an explosion of flavor here. So, and I'm a tough critic. I'll let you know what I think. But let me make a slice, and I'll give you guys a little bit of feedback here. Okay, it's tender, that's for sure. Okay, so first off, you know, I know we're talking about flavor, but let me just talk about the tenderness real quick, because, you know, I would say this is, you know, I'm a hard critic, and I would say for sure this is the most tender brisket flat I've ever cooked, hands down. Insanely perfectly cooked, and I would have to say the marinade had to play a part there. So if you're looking just for tenderness, man, just trying the marinade alone, give it a try. Well, let's talk flavor. What does it taste like? It tastes amazing. It's a perfect amount of Caribbean jerk flavor. And I think I did that on purpose. I didn't want to marinate it for too long, just 12 hours, and it is the perfect amount. You can still taste the smoke. You can taste a little bit of the heat. You know, I like a little bit of heat, so you don't have to use a Caribbean jerk sauce. You can use your favorite. I just happen to like a little heat. But overall, I would rate this brisket, and I'm a hard critic, man, 10 out of 10. I mean, it might be the best brisket I've ever cooked, and I've cooked some good ones. This is phenomenal. Please comment below if you've tried doing something like this. You know, I would love to hear what you've done, what your experience is. If you've had a really good experience, you know, maybe I'll try it in the future, or any suggestions. But you know, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. There you go, Ollie. Ooh.